Hi there. A little question I get all the time from people eating a standard diet or whatever. They like to point out the fact, as if you'd never thought of it before, that bananas are imported from other countries and fruits imported from other countries, and therefore that's bad for the environment, and therefore you shouldn't do it. And I got a comment about that. got a comment about that from someone on a YouTube video I'd done, and the comment was, referring to Scotland, bananas don't grow here, so really you're advocating an industry that uses fossil fuels to ship bananas here. Each banana you eat is an affront to nature. I'm not sure if that's a joke or not, but I thought I'd have a look into it anyway, because I know I've heard some negative things about the way bananas are grown and stuff, so I thought I'd have a look into that. And I briefly just came across an article looking at it when I was doing some searches on Google, called "What's the carbon footprint of a banana?" And this is in the Guardian newspaper, and I'll put this up under the video so you can have a look at it in your own leisure. And the first line, the tagline of it is, "The banana is a strong candidate for the ultimate low carbon food." So it goes on to say, bananas are a great food for anyone who cares about their carbon footprint. For just 80 grams of CO2e, you get a whole lot of nutrition, 140 calories, as well as stacks of vitamin C, vitamin B6, potassium, dietary fibre. All in all, a fantastic component of a low carbon diet. Goes on to say another few things about how bananas are good for people that are ill and good for sportsmen and stuff. They are grown in natural sunlight, which means that no energy intensive hothousing is required. They keep well, so although they are often grown thousands of miles from the end consumer, they are transported by boats, which per kilo of freight transported emit only 1% as much CO2 as planes. There's hardly any packaging, if any, because they provide their own as well. And another few things like that. It also goes on to balance that out by saying, you know, there is problems with the bananas being grown in places where forests get torn down for banana plantations because it's more profitable and stuff like that. So it's not a perfect system at all. But basically what it's outlining there is that despite the fact that the bananas are grown in the tropics and transported over, they're still a low carbon food, they still have a low impact, they're still a great choice, and it's not something to worry about if you're worried about, you know, the fruit you're eating is coming from Brazil or Costa Rica or something like that. It's really not something to worry about. What you should worry about is your own health, your own well-being firstly, and the fruit diet or eating fruit, choosing to eat fruit is what's known as Doug Graham calls it a winfinity situation. You know, you've got your fruits, your trees that are growing, they're producing oxygen for us, they produce fruit year after year without much work having to be done there. They just have to be picked and transported. They provide an environment, a climate for other animals to live in and for other animals to eat from. So it's a win-win situation if you look at for ourselves, for the environment, for everything else. In terms of Scotland, you know, we could be growing a lot more fruit if we liked. We could have less land that was turned into pasture. I mean, our country used to be basically full of trees, the same with England, the same with the UK. It was a massive forest. So there probably was a lot more fruit at one time, but it's all been, a lot of the trees have been taken down. We could easily plant orchards full of apples, full of pears. We could have strawberries all over the place, all sorts of berries. We could have it in every park, and people could be eating these things for free, and it's a free lunch, you know. All you have to do is climb the tree or wait for the fruit to fall. So I would definitely say that eating fruit is not an affront to our nature. I believe it to be completely in line with our biological nature to eat fruit. Fruit is the truth. So keep calm and have a banana. Don't worry about your CO2 impact. Bye.